Hello, my beautiful collective. My name is Calum. I'm an empath, a psychic, and an oracle of sorts. And welcome in to Full Mental Alchemy. Um, we're going to do a tarot reading for you today. I was honestly not planning on doing this, but I've got like an hour and a half till I have to be at work. And I was like, this is a perfect time to do a reading. I did one yesterday, and honestly, I'm still trying to decide if I'm going to post that reading. It was a very intense one that really like shook me a little bit. Not in like a bad way. It was just like really intense and really long. It was like an hour and a half. So we'll see. I think I'm going to post it. It's just a matter of both finding the time to post it, because it's going to take like 6 hours to post because it's such a long reading, and also like when I feel called to. But anyway, besides the point. We're in a little bit of a throwback energy right now. We're using the Wanderer's Tarot. I forgot how much I love this deck. I've been using the Dark Side Tarot for the last like couple months, and this deck's been calling me. So we're just gonna pull some cards, see what comes out, feel the energy out. I'm probably going to pull some Wicca Oracle in a little bit, but I want to just do like a little initial spread to get a vibe for where you're at. What are we talking about? What's the vibe? That's an Oracle deck I want to get, the What's the Vibe Oracle. But, we have the Nine of Cups in reverse. I'm getting some sense of discontentment. You could feel a little dissatisfied, or like I'm getting this sense of like celebrating when you don't feel like, I'm hearing it's not worth celebrating. We have the Two of Swords in reverse and the Ace of Pentacles. Give me some clarity on the Two of Swords. The Two of Pentacles in reverse. And then the Two of Wands. That's crazy. I was literally thinking 222 when I saw the Two of Pentacles come out. Fuck. Give me the card. But yeah, the Two of Wands. You could be seeing 222 a lot. It's actually crazy. I've been seeing that a bunch the last few days. When the Two of Swords comes out in reverse, usually I'm like, I see it as an end of indecision, but I'm hearing like paralysis. Like decision paralysis. But I feel like it's coming from, there's some kind of, like this paralysis could be coming from a place of knowing what you need to do, but being too scared to do it. Knowing where you want to go, but not really sure how to get there. And then in the near future energy, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Give me more on that. What are we talking about? There's like an opportunity that's coming in that maybe you don't feel prepared for, or, yeah, the Eight of Swords. And then the Emperor. Again, it feels like there's something where, like, you know what you need to do, but you're not sure how to do it. A lot of stuck energy. But the Emperor also invites this, it invites the energy in of being action-oriented. Like, it's almost like I understand I'm not going to know how to, what the right move to make is. We're not always going to know how to properly move forward. What's important is that we do move forward. We have the Lovers in reverse and then the King of Swords. And again, the Lovers is like a card of decisions. It's like two paths that can be taken. In reverse, I'm not actually fully sure. I'm not sure how to take this in reverse. I don't think I've ever pulled this card in reverse with this deck, at least. I'm noticing the snake that's wrapping around these two. It's reminding me of like the red thread of fate. Um, I don't know. I feel like there's a decision that you're gonna have to make in the near future that is like almost entirely gonna be fueled by um, your like in the moment decision making, like by being able to act in a wise but like I don't know, like you're because the King of Swords is all about, I mean, it's a card of wisdom. It's a card like it the king has learned all of the lessons of the sword suit. So he has all of the tools at his disposal, all of the experiences that the sword suit has to offer when it comes to the mental realm. You've seen the darker parts of the uh, 7, 9, and 10 of swords and the 3 of swords, and experienced the chaos of the 5 of swords, but also the resolution of the 6 of swords. And I feel like there's some kind of culminating decision that is going to be made based off of all of those experiences. And um, I feel like this sense of discontentment that's in your recent past is kind of what's making the maybe anticipation of it so scary, or um, making you feel less prepared than you are. What's in the conscious? Let's see. We have the World in reverse and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Hmm. Can I get some clarification? It feels like you're like really trying to end some kind of cycle with some new opportunity, some kind of um, making different moves, maybe taking opportunities you wouldn't have in the past. It feels like you're really focused on doing things differently, and that's kind of causing some kind of paralysis. But also, like, I think a lot of your energy is also being spent on trying to think of new ways, like new things that you can do, new ways of being, new everything. I don't know. In the subconscious, we have the Page of Cups and the Hanged Man. And that the Hanged Man coming out is beautiful because it describes exactly what I was getting from this Page of Cups. I was like, it feels like you have a new kind of, you have an open heart in a way that I don't think you realize at the moment. And the Hangman is almost, I feel like you have this kind of warped perception of yourself in some sort of way. Like, almost thinking like, I don't have an open heart, when in reality you have the most open heart. Queen of Swords. And I think this kind of exemplifies that in how the Queen of Swords is someone who's very protective of their heart. She's very geared towards the logic and the what makes sense on the surface, and not really like that emotional realm. I feel like you're really tied to this sense of trying to logic your way out of feeling things. But really you're kind of on your head, and it's like you actually feel things really deeply. You're just not really like letting yourself. You're not really recognizing the ways that you're feeling as deeply as you are. Let's just get advice. I'm not going to go through the full spread here. I just want to get some like basic. We have the Six of Wands in reverse. the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, and the Ten of Cups. I'm going to leave these 3 cards out. I'm being told we'll come back to them. But I'm getting the sense of like you need to let your guard down a little bit. I don't know. We're going to shuffle again. And maybe we'll pull a Wicca Oracle card real quick. We're going to get a good shuffle, and then we'll set these cards aside. Okay. Let's pull some Wicca Oracle. Get more of a feel for what's going on, what the situation could be talking about, this Ace of Pentacles opportunity we're talking about, what that could be. I hope you're having a wonderful moment in time. I am absolutely loving the fact that it's spring and the world is like lighting up again. The trees have so much life. And in turn, it feels like I have so much life. Like, watching nature expand and grow just, oh, it warms my soul. The birds are out and they look happy. I love this season. Spring is so beautiful. I love every season. I swear, every time the seasons change, I'm like, oh, this is my favorite season. Except for winter. Winter bums me out. Just because it's such a... It's always been a tough time for me in the past, but there's value in it. But I just love spring, summer, and like autumn and fall. There's so much value in it. All right, let's see what the Wicca Oracle has to offer for us. You know, we pulled this card a little bit ago. We have 22. Card number 22, again with the imagery of the 2, or the numerology of it. The found moment. And then we have card number 14, nature is invincible. We pulled this in one of my recent readings. Let's read on these. Oh, I'm hearing in a moment. We'll take a look in a moment. I kind of just want to observe these cards for a second. I'm noticing the way this person has a knife pointed at their chest. And also the way the sun and the moon here are like very close together. I'm hearing like eclipse energy. And I mean, this card is just all about the found moment, appreciating the present, being aware of where you are, where you stand. And with nature is invincible, it feels like a sense of giving into the present moment, not like learning not to control learning that you can't control the circumstances around you, kind of having appreciation for the circumstances you find yourself in. And I'm noticing the contrast in the way this person has the knife pointed at their chest and there's a glow in it. And in this card, there's the scorpion is stabbing them in the chest and they're bleeding instead. And I feel like it's kind of pointing out this imagery of, I feel like the way you're directing your energy towards yourself, because in this card, it's more ritualistic. I feel like the glow is coming from like that appreciation of the present moment, in the way that you speak to yourself, maybe can change the way you react to situations that come up in your life. And in this card, it's an act of self-defense in trying to fight the situation you're in and trying to overpower nature, it causes you to bleed. It makes you more resistant and bleeds you dry in the long run. And it could also speak to, like, in trying to control the situation, feeling bad about yourself and kind of making things harder than they need to be is kind of what I'm getting. We're not even going to read the oracle. Okay. We have the Ace of Cups. The Empress in reverse. This is absolutely just like confirming what I was saying. It feels like you really need to focus on how you're taking care of yourself. Which isn't to say that you're not taking care of yourself. Oh, King of Wands in reverse. But prioritizing, like, actually, like, I'm just hearing be kinder to yourself. You could be kind of in a state of being really hard and tough on your, I'm hearing tough on your body in ways you don't need to be. And the King of Wands in reverse, I kind of see as like relinquishing control. You need to pour into your cup more. Like, I'm hearing you need to find more peace with where you stand. Like, it kind of feels like you may pour love into yourself, but only when it feels good. And it's like you need to take some time to really, like, pour some love into yourself when you are resistant to it. Being kind in yourself in the moments where it's the hardest to. And that comes with patience. Something the King of Wands really struggles with. A bunch of cards keep, like, flipping out and then flipping back into the deck. I don't know. The Six of Pentacles in reverse. And then the Five of Wands. What's the Six of Pentacles? Four of Wands in reverse. And then the Seven of Wands. It's like you're looking for something outside of yourself. That could be validation. That could be safety. There's something you're trying to, like, outsource from other people that can really only be found within. And it's like some struggles that you're facing are coming from this place of not providing that safety to yourself. It's like misconstruing what is possible for you, like saying, I can only get to this certain position if I have other people to help me get there. And it's like you don't have full faith in yourself in achieving something. And the Seven of Wands, I feel like, is exemplifying the sense of, like, kind of taking that power back for yourself, which isn't really even what the Seven of Wands talks about most of the time. The Seven of Wands can speak of, like, guardedness, but in this card, the way he's, like, ripping that stick out of the bushel of twigs, it feels like claiming your power. Not allowing anyone to convince you that you aren't as powerful as you truly are. What's the Five of Wands talking about? The Tower in reverse. Maybe a conflict you've been avoiding. Some lack of accountability. An inevitable ending. The Nine of Wands in reverse. Something that you're doing everything in your power to avoid, it feels like. It's like telling yourself you're prepared for anything that can happen, but then as soon as the opportunity arises for that, it's like engaging like some kind of failsafe to avoid it. Five of Swords. Again, I'm getting some sense of avoidance from it. Evading responsibility in some sort of way. Temperance in reverse. Moving from a place of imbalance, impatience. Yeah. Page of Cups reverse, Five of Pentacles. Again, moving from that place of imbalance, from a closed heart, from a place of feeling without. The Three of Swords. Ooh. What is being avoided? What's the Tower moment that's being run from? Death. Death in reverse. Page of Wands in reverse. The Lovers in reverse and the Page of Cups. What is the Lovers speaking to? The Seven of Wands in reverse and the Ace of Swords in reverse. Some kind of truth coming to light. The Ten of Wands in reverse. It's almost like you don't want the pain to end. And I say that with the Ten of Wands coming out in reverse. Because we were talking about some sense of like avoidance of I don't know. I'm just getting the sense of like attachment to the struggle that the Ten of Wands has to offer. The King of Cups. And the Five of Wands in reverse. Exactly. You're avoiding some kind of resolution to a conflict. A chance to come out the other side as a reformed version of yourself, almost. The Page of Wands, it's giving like stubborn child energy, which isn't like an insult. It's just, that's what I'm reading in the card. It feels like it's giving like too afraid to look a conflict in the face, and instead kind of just turning with your arms crossed, looking off in the other direction the way the Page of Wands is. See, now with the Page of Cups coming out like this, following the Page of Wands, it feels like there's a part of you that feels wounded in the face of that. Like you're avoiding the meat of the conflict at the sake of protecting your peace, maintaining a boundary, maybe. The King of Cups, I feel like, is speaking to having an understanding of another person's emotions, having some sensitivity and knowing how to handle other people's emotions. And then the Sun coming out in reverse. It feels like you're keeping yourself stuck in this perspective of being like the sun is about to set instead of viewing it as a sunrise. You're like, this is a sunset. This is it. It always ends in darkness. And going back to our Wicca Oracle cards, it feels like what you're fighting is the moment you find yourself in. It seems like there's something really positive that's like waiting to breach the horizon for you. And you're trying, it's like based on past experiences, based on the disappointment that you've experienced in the past. It's like you're trying to manhandle the situation you find yourself in to fit that narrative that has defined your life up until this point. And I feel like there's more a need to kind of approach the energy that is coming in from a more open-hearted place, from a place of not knowing what is going to happen, allowing it to come as it comes, and not having any preconceived notion of what it entails, which could be hard if you come from a background of having to deal with a lot of pain, having to deal with a lot of turmoil. I'm noticing how on the Seven of Pentacles, on the bottom of the deck here, she has this worried look on her face. She looks so concerned. She's like, I have no idea if this garden is going to grow. I don't know. I feel like you need to open your mind a little bit. Stop focusing on how the garden's going to turn out down the line and focus on the garden that lies in front of you. Do what needs to get done to help this garden flourish rather than focusing on what it could be if you do all the right things. Because I think part of the process here is understanding that sometimes you have to fail a little bit in order to learn what the right thing to do is, how to better handle a situation. You're not going to know until you know, you know? Sorry, I just want to look back at the cards that we pulled earlier. The Six of Wands. Show how to handle a situation that requires respect for others, understanding for those who are different, and solid alliances. Only in this way will you be valid governors of your life and that of others. Grasp the winner's crown and finally put it on. Remember all you did to acquire it, and if this caused hurt to anyone or created animosities, remedy any mistakes. And the Nine of Pentacles as well is kind of speaking to this sense of taking all that you've gained from your experience up to this point and being willing to share some of that. I feel like you're getting ready to enter this Ten of Cups energy, but also with the Ten of Cups, you can't have this beautiful happy ending with a family if you're alone. And I feel like there's something to that. I just saw the Devil. And in this deck, the Devil speaks to being willing to explore the Devil's land while being conscious of what that has to offer. Being willing to fail for the sake of gaining knowledge is kind of what I'm getting. If you don't allow yourself to fail, you'll never learn. You'll never grow. And that isn't to say that you will fail. You don't know if you don't take the shot. I'm not even really sure what exactly we're talking about. We've seen The Lovers like 2 or 3 times now. And it could speak to a relationship of some sort. But this could also speak to like a relationship with yourself. Being willing to show up for yourself in ways that you haven't before. In the sense of like being open to anything that can happen for this, like do it for the plot is what I'm hearing. Like it could be just an opportunity that you want to take that you're scared of because you don't feel qualified. And it's kind of giving fake it till you make it. I don't know. I will say firsthand, the best way to learn is just by fucking doing it. I recently started a new job a couple months ago, and by day 3, I got hired on as the manager. I've never been a manager before, and honestly, it terrified me to step into that kind of position. But it was the kind of thing where it's like, I'm just going to fake it till I make it. I'm going to figure it out as I go. And there's been missteps along the way, days where I feel like I've fallen short or not done the job that I could have. But it's helped me see that like anything's possible as long as you try, you know? And maybe that's something you need to take to heart in other aspects of your life. Like in all aspects of your life. You have to be willing to try. What exactly is it we're talking about here that they need to just take the leap on to try for? I'm not going to take any reversals from here forward because I don't feel like thinking about it. We have Strength. I'll just take whatever energy I feel from the card, honestly. The 3 of Swords. Very interesting. And the 5 of Pentacles. I feel like this is what I was just talking about. Being willing to let yourself end up in a situation that's less than stellar for the sake of growing, for the sake of gaining the skills that you need to do better in the future. Let yourself stumble. We have the 5 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. There might be something that you need to really look in the mirror about, something that you need to process about yourself, about some kind of pain, some heartbreak that's taken place. The Six of Cups. The Lovers. And the Nine of Wands. Hmm. This fucking drink is so good. It's like, I don't even know what it is. I think it's like a raspberry chai, basically. They call it the love potion at this coffee shop I always go to. And it's fucking delicious. It is the best drink on the planet. Low-key, you need to drink the love potion. And I don't mean that literally. What I'm getting at is, I think you need to open your heart. It seems like with the Six of Cups, there's some situation in the past that has hurt you. That's left you feeling kind of destitute, kind of fucked up is what I'm getting. And with that situation, there's these two aspects of it that need to be faced, that need to be accepted. For one, you need to let yourself like fully feel and recognize that happened and that it hurt you. But also with that, as opportunities show up in your life down the line, as you open your heart again, you have to be willing to open your heart. And that involves dealing with those hurtful or painful experiences in the past and being open about them. Again, this is like the third time we've seen the Lovers card today. It's like making the decisions that lead to prosperous outcomes. And the only way to it's just giving this vibe of like the only way to truly connect with someone is by connecting with yourself, by being fully honest with what you felt around something in the past is how someone can truly feel how much that hurt you. It's giving like, I need to hide away so that like if this is in the aspect of a relationship, like finding someone and being like, I don't want to make them think that I feel things, or like, I don't want to reveal how much of myself, how much this like painful Three of Swords thing hurt me. Because there's like some part of yourself that's like, if I'm hurt, then I can be hurt again. And it's almost like trying to put up this illusion like I'm unreachable as well. But you kind of have to be willing to do what it takes to build a strong connection by showing the depths of yourself to whoever stands in front of you, and not backing down from, I don't know. It's like you can call in things that you want as much as you want, and the universe will bring them to you. But if you're not ready to face what that territory comes with, then you're going to keep repeating these cycles, keep relearning those lessons until you understand why it hasn't worked out, or why you haven't been able to progress anything further. You have to be fully honest with yourself. Vulnerable. You've got to give in to that present moment. When you feel the impulse to hide away or downplay yourself, take that as a sign to double check that feeling. Be like, maybe this is something I do need to share. Maybe it's something I do need to talk about. The Four of Swords I just split the deck on. Maybe there's something in the mirror that I should be looking at. I just saw 111 when I looked at the time. Maybe there's something you should be looking at. How can we contextualize this? Where are we going with this? We have the Nine of Cups. The Six of Swords. The Hanged Man. The Ace of Swords. And Justice. I feel like there's a situation coming in the near future where you're going to be forced to face something. You're going to be forced to look in the mirror, and it's going to be up to you whether you look at it head on. The Lovers is at the bottom of the deck, and below that is the Psychonaut. It's like being willing to explore those deepest depths of yourself and not being afraid of the darkness that comes with that. Being willing to be seen. But the Six of Swords is especially talking about, like, the universe is pushing you into these lessons so that you grow. And it feels like it's a lesson that you've been trying to grasp for a long time. And like you're going to be walked into this hangman energy, feeling like everything is flipped on its head. And the way you pierce that veil is with your truth, is with your sword in hand, being fully honest with yourself. We saw the Six of Wands earlier, and it talks about putting on the winner's crown, claiming that for yourself. And also, I'm hearing, like, listen to the influence of others. Take that with a grain of salt. In, like, use your intuition and understand when people don't have your best intentions at heart. But it's like, if someone is standing in front of you and they're really, like, I just saw 4411. I've been seeing 444. I saw 444, like, literally 3 times before I was going to get coffee earlier. And I saw it 3 times on the way to the coffee shop. But what I'm getting is, understand when it's safe to speak your truth, to be honest with yourself and with the person in front of you. If someone's bearing their heart on the line for the sake of connecting with you, for the sake of building connection, in understanding you in a deeper way, or helping you understand them in a deeper way, that's like a sign to reciprocate that and to share yourself a little bit. And Justice, I feel like, is speaking to that sense of, like, balancing yourself, balancing what is going to benefit you, I feel like I'm talking all over the place. I hope my point is getting across. I want to pull more cards. I want to dive deeper into this because I think there's more that we could expand on with this. I just split the deck on the Tower. And you know what? I feel like that's all we need to hear. The Tower card can incite a lot of fear a lot of the time. It's a big, scary card. But we need to think more about what it represents than the imagery of it. Because the Tower can be, I suppose it's all up to perspective. But like while the Tower speaks to grand endings, things falling apart, it doesn't always mean it's like your life falling apart. The Tower can represent parts of yourself that have gone unseen, unappreciated, and the way I'm seeing it in this situation is the Tower is like the version of yourself that has overstayed its welcome. It's like the Tower that you're avoiding is the sense of safety that you feel from keeping people out of your heart. And the Tower in this case is a really good thing. It's a chance for you to live in your truth, in alignment with what matters to you, what makes you feel safe, what makes you feel welcome in a space, that space being the presence of another person or an environment. The Tower that you've been running from is your deepest, authentic truth. And I think it's time that you let the Tower fall, pierce the veil, let yourself shine through. And, you know, it's like going back to that Wicca Oracle card. I just put the cards away. I would show you again. But that imagery of a person, like, stabbing themselves in the chest and, like, the light shining through has some powerful symbolism in the way of, like, breaking yourself out of your shell and allowing that inner light to show through, to speak for you. No longer allowing the illusion of who you want people to perceive you as to overshadow who you truly are. It's time to shine. I don't know.
Throw those feet up. Get those feet up there. Show Ian how worn out your soles are.
You know, and what he just said, show them how worn out those souls are. There's something there. Be willing to show people how worn out you are. There's nothing wrong with still being a work in progress, with still healing. You might feel like you're not ready to be with a person because you still feel like there's so many things that you need to work through. And I think it's time that you let yourself be loved, even while you're still working on yourself. Because honestly, at least to me, I want to be in a relationship where I can grow with someone, where I can expand, where I can continue to work on myself in healthy ways with someone. And if you are trying to put on an illusion of being perfect, like, I've done all of the work. I'm getting a call from my coworker. I'm gonna have to go. What was I saying? It's a facade that will fade. It will crumble. It's not sustainable. So take what you will from this. I hope this was able to provide you some confirmation or clarity on what you already intuitively know. My name is Calum. This has been Full Mental Alchemy. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so by reaching out on Instagram at Full Mental Alchemy with an underscore before and after. I have to go to work. I love you. Thank you for sharing this space with me. I'll see you in the next video. I hope you have a wonderful moment in time, and I'll see you next time. Bye.